across the front, and the Racers in their home white shirts and shorts with navy and gold trim. We are set to go. The opening tip easily controlled by KJ Williams as we're underway. Juice Hill brings it across the stripe with a left-hand dribble, throws on the wing to Brown, has it at his waist. One-hand pass goes to Williams at top, to Hill on the wing, to the baseline. Collins, he finds Brown for the catch-and-shoot three. Back of the iron, won't go. The rebound pulled down by Carmichael of Campbellsville. Carmichael at the top of the key. Dribbles on the right side, directs some traffic. He's going to drive in, cut off nicely as he's forced to give it up to Wallace out high. Gets a screen, one hands it to the right, back to Wallace, gives a pass fake, right side three in the air, front of the rim, doesn't go. On the miss by Carmichael. Brown the rebound, but he threw it away. Carmichael laid back and steals it and puts it up and in.
Yeah, Tevin Brown, I think, was just colorblind right there, Niels. He threw a great two-handed chest pass right to the other team.
2-0. Don't get assists on that one, though. Collins to Burns. They'll work right side to Hill. Looks for the lob on the low block to Williams. Draws the double team. Hits Burns down low. He put it up, missed it, but got his own rebound and put it in.
There's the inside out there as KJ Williams got the touch and then was double teamed and found DJ Burns going down the lane.
DJ coming off a 10-point game. That's his career high at Murray State in the James Madison contest. Williams hedges Broughton, pass down low, reverse, straight up in the air, no good. Great defense, forced the miss by Key. Racers have the rebound, a chance to take the lead as Hill has it out high. Throws to Williams. He'll gun a three, back of the iron, it won't go. And the rebound pulled down by Harding. He'll bring it into front court with the dribble. Throws it top of the key. Between the circles. Working on the left side, Carmichael. Deep on the wing, skip pass comes to the right side to Harding, goes inside the elbow, puts the floater up, missed it, but Collins got him on the arm.
You can see that Campbellsville wants to spread the floor and then try to drive the gaps and kick it. So the Racers have got to be guarding their own man, but then they also have to be guarding the gap on each side.
So at the charity stripe, free throw is up and good by Darius Harding. Broughton has another one, Harding has another one coming. On the season, a 73% free throw shooter. It's up and good. 4-2 the score. 18:05 remaining. First half action. Williams has it out high, works the right sideline to Collins, finds Burns. Deep on the wing, goes to Hill. Burns inside from Williams, lays it up and in.
Another good pass there, finding DJ Burns.
Burns has four. We're tied at 4. Just over 2 minutes into this one, Carmichael drives inside right elbow. Deep three, right wing, halfway down and out by Harding. Tipped up, no good by Key, and Williams the rebound. Outlet right side to Brown. Lost the ball as he tried to go down into the corner, and it's out of bounds to Campbellsville.
Racers aren't handling the ball well, Neil. Just a little bit lackadaisical. Matt McMahon's going to extend the defense full court now, trying to see if he can't get the Racers moving a little bit.
Get a steal on the inbounds, and Burns hits it. He has all 6 of the Racer points. 6-4 the score. Against the full court pressure, knocked out of bounds as they try to find Harding in the far corner, and it'll go to Campbellsville.
So many times when you force players to play defense full court, it helps even more on the offensive end.
Inbounds it'll come. Along the sideline, caught by Wallace. Racers are now retreat, and will set up man-to-man. 17-10 remaining, first half action, 6-4 the score. Pass comes right side to Carmichael. Back to the top key. Finds Broughton. He dribbles, gives it the hand off now to Carmichael. They'll work the left side on the wing to Harding. Looks to drive, hedged by Williams. Comes to the left side with a one-hand pass. Key gets it on the wing to Wallace. He'll take it in the lane for the floater. Back of the rim. Comes off to Williams, off the miss. Juice Hill, skip pass. Finds Brown inside for the layup.
Juice Hill with a great, seeing the floor there in transition.
Juice Hill, third in assist to turnover ratio, 3.3, and fourth in assists dishing out 4.3 per game. Carmichael works it right side to Broughton. Corner three in the air, looks short, and it is. Brown has the rebound on the miss by Key. Hill, no-look pass, finds Burns. He hits Williams. Down to Juice Hill. Inside, it goes to Burns for the hook, up and in. What a hot start for DJ.
It's the DJ Burns show in there as he is working hard in that paint.
DJ spinning the hits. It's 10-4. 16:05 remaining. Broughton, hedged by Williams, continues to dribble, looks for a shot, spins into a triple team, gives it up left side. Three is in the air and good by Carmichael.
Carmichael can shoot that basketball. 46% from three-point line on the year.
Doesn't shoot many, but when you shoot like that, maybe you got to shoot a few more. 10-7 the score. Hill gets by Carmichael. Point-blank range that was defended well.
I like Nick McMullen. He gathered himself, Neil, before he shot that basketball and got it to fall.
12-7 Racers. New player in, Keyston Brown, 6'1 sophomore. He's seeing his first action. Brown catches it on the right side. Comes top of the key. That's Ross Ryan, who also checked in at the point, at the right elbow, looking for the pass to the baseline. It doesn't go. It's deflected. The shot put up no good by Ryan, and McMullen has the rebound. On the far side, it goes to Juice Hill. Crossover dribble. Finds McMullen at the point. To the left side, Collins a three. Side of the rim, it won't go. And the rebound pulled down by Ryan. Everything looking good by Collins, except he just can't get him to go consistently. Brought down to the baseline, cut off nicely by DJ Burns. Forced to give it back up to Harding. He'll come top of the key to Brown. He guns a three. He missed it. And McMullen has the rebound. He'll give the outlet to Juice Hill. Racers up 12-7, a little over 5 minutes into the half. Pass into the far corner. Collins doesn't want the three that early. Gives it up to Hill. To McMullen at the point. To the left sideline, it comes to Brown. Down to the point, it's Burns. To the right side, Juice Hill, a catch and shoot three. Back of the rim, hard kick out, and it's Harding with the rebound. No odds for a fast break. Tries a crossover dribble, goes into the lane and finds Ryan. He pops it back out top to Broughton, sets a screen for him, rolls down the lane, can't get it to him. Back to Broughton, now inside. Ryan beats his man and hits the layup.
Ryan's a big body in there, 6'9", 240, and he got the position in the low post.
12-9 the score. McMullen works it on the right side. Finds Collins, three in the air. It's halfway down and out. I don't mind him taking a couple of good looks.
Yeah.
Just not getting them to go. Rebound by D'Souza, who checked in. Deep three, top of the key, front of the rim. It won't go out of Harding's hands, and the Racers have the rebound. Juice Hill brings it across the timeline. Left-hand dribble. Speeds by his defender, put it up, missed the shot, but drew the contact. And Hill will go to the line. And as he does, I'll tell you about Swift and Staley partnering with the Racers this season. They'll donate $3 to the Merriman House in Paducah for every free throw made. Visit GoRacers.com for an up-to-date tracker and more information on the Merriman House.
Juice Hill's played under control all season, Niels. As you mentioned, he has 26 assists on the year, only 8 turnovers. Just a fabulous assist-to-turnover ratio, and he's making better decisions. That time down, he saw just a crease in the defense, and he was able to get his shoulders turned and draw the foul.
Keyston Brown with the foul. First free throw good. The second in the air is also good. Hill hitting 86% at the stripe coming in. He'll get a breather. DeQuan Smith checks in. Trey Hannibal seeing his first action as well. As we see Collins and McMullen come out. Up the floor, Brown. Guarded by Smith. 14-9 Racers, 13.5 in. No-look pass goes into Ryan. Post down low, goes up for the hook. Side of the rim doesn't go down. And Brown has the rebound for the Racers. To Hannibal. He'll speed to the left. To the top it comes to Williams. To the right wing to Brown. Gets a screen from Williams. Tried to bounce it to Williams. Bounce it off his foot. He'll take it inside instead. Tried to put it up. No good. Rebound Burns back up. I think he lowered his shoulders. Called for the charge. Good call.
That's a good call. Really didn't need to do that. He was right in front of the rim. I think Burns, you see him get the offensive rebound there, and he takes a dribble and lowers his shoulder there. Good call by the official.
13:08 remaining. 14-9 Murray State. Pass comes inbounds to Ryan. Brown will bring it across the midcourt stripe. Brown has it right side on the wing. Throws top of the key to D'Souza. Wants to take his man to the hole. Can't do it. Gives it back up right side to Brown. Deflected. Looking for the backdoor cut. Wide open at the elbow. Ryan doesn't want the shot. Fade away. Broughton does from 17. Missed it. Hannibal clears the rebound for the Racers. He'll drive inside. Puts it off the glass. Missed it. But he did draw contact. And Hannibal will get to the line for a pair.
Trey Hannibal can explode. When he saw that crease, you see him come in transition. He's evaluating things. He sees a crease, goes hard from the top of the key to the basket as fast as anyone the Racers have.
Be sure to visit Meineke Car Care for all your vehicle's needs. Meineke located at 1400 North 12th Street in Murray. Free throw up and good by Hannibal, who's seen his free throw average slip a bit, down to 70% on the season.
Trey Hannibal had a huge impact in the Florida tournament, coming off the bench, being very aggressive, looking to score, defending, getting steals. You name it, he was doing it.
Both free throws made, 16-9. The inbounds pass comes to Ryan. A little token full court pressure there. Now just man-to-man full court applied by DeQuan Smith, but Brown able to get it into front court. Lobs it to Ryan. Looks back door, nothing there. Hand off to Broughton out top. We'll get a moving screen call on Ross Ryan.
Tevin Brown's so good at fighting over screens that when you saw that collision, you knew it had to be something going on there, and it was a moving screen on Ross Ryan.
Hannibal has it into front court. Racers are up 16-9. Pass to the wing. Brown, a wide open look at three. Can't get it to go. Williams rebounds, fakes the pass inside, takes it in and puts it up.
Great spin move by KJ Williams there as he got that offensive board and went right back up.
KJ's first points, every starter except for Collins has now scored. And it's an 18-9 lead for the Racers. Up against our next media timeout when we get a dead ball. As Brown will bring it up. Full court pressure applied by DeQuan Smith on him. Brown has it into front court, throws on the wing to D'Souza. Comes top of the key, gets a screen from Ryan. Hands off to Broughton. He's being guarded by Brown. Broughton at the left elbow gives it up for the three on the wing, and it is good by Brown.
Credit Campbellsville there. Spread the floor, drove the gap, and hit the open three-pointer.
18-12. Williams catches it three range, then drives it in for the offhand layup.
That's a new part of KJ Williams' game this year, Neil, is to catch that ball at the top of the key, pump fake, and then drive it hard with his left hand.
2012 Racers. Brown brings it into front court. Pass to the top, hits Ryan, looks left, throws right, has Brown deep on the wing. Double team. Ryan down on the low block. Spins, tries to get by Hannibal, can't do it. And then he did with a second move and off the glass.
Yeah, he did. Left Trey Hannibal watching there. Nice move by Ross Ryan.
Hannibal goes coast to coast, puts up a shot, missed it. Highly encouraging. 22-14. Racers up. Under 11 to go. Lob pass comes up the near sideline, and Campbellsville does a good job getting it into front court. On the right wing, Smith into the game. Javon Smith, he's the kid that knocked down 4 threes last time out for the Tigers. Coming off a hot hand. Whining to the right side. Comes to Smith. They'll go back top of the key to Wallace. Turns off his defender, picked up by DeQuan Smith. Does have a size advantage, then fell down, but is able to get it away out top. Trying to beat the shot clock. The three up. No good by Carmichael, but the shot clock had already gone off.
Great defensive possession by the Racers that time, handling the perimeter spacing of Campbellsville.
Trey Hannibal will bring it up. Racers up 8. 10:20 to go. Looking for a 10-point lead, which they haven't had so far tonight. Hannibal, left elbow, gets it inside to Williams, draws a double team. He's in the paint, puts the hook shot on the baseline up, no good. Burns rebounds up and in.
He is making a living on the glass today, as that's 4 rebounds already for Burns.
And has a point a minute, 10 points, 10 minutes played. Across the lane, it's lost by Smith, picked up by Burns. He'll drive in, finger roll up and in.
Handling the ball in transition, DJ Burns goes coast to coast.
That's a new career high at Murray State, and a steal by Brown, and it's DJ Burns again. Gives it up to Whining. Now to Smith on the left wing. Carmichael on the sideline. Looks out high, gets a screen. Comes to the right. Wallace across the lane. Bad pass. Picked up by Williams. To Hannibal, leads. Goes in for the stuff.
Get out of the way. Here comes Trey Hannibal.
He just hit another gear once he went inside the elbow and smashed it down. And another steal. Hannibal underneath. Finds Burns. 2 more points for Burns.
great unselfish play by Trey Hannibal. He made that steal, could have taken the ball to the basket himself, but gave it up.
32-14. Another steal. Smith to Burns. Up and under move. Had the ball stripped away, but he was fouled, and Burns will go to the line for 2.
Great energy by the Racers in the backcourt, defending well. You see Trey Hannibal coming in transition here as he just dunks it with authority and then turns around and gets a steal right away. You love to see players be able to score, not celebrate, jump right into the defense and make another play.
Burns a 50% free throw shooter so far. That one's up and in. Well, I'm just going to say this. The Racers are at 61% on the season, and they're shooting them much better tonight, Kenny.
They are. Yes, they are, Neil. I think the work has helped this team at the free throw line.
So we'll let you read into that whatever you want. I don't want Matt on me, though. 33-14. Free throw is up, and that one is missed. First miss of the night for the Racers. 33-14, though. It's about the first thing that DJ has done tonight that hasn't gone his way. On the far sideline, Brown 3 in the corner is an air ball from Broughton. Chased down by Smith. Now to Hannibal up the near sideline. He finds DeQuan Smith to Burns. He'll work the right sideline to Hill. Sets a screen briefly, then backs off. To the baseline, it goes to Williams. Williams is going to try to back his way in. Finds a double team. Hook shot on the baseline's a beauty.
Worked so hard on that jump hook over his left shoulder when he catches it on the baseline.
I don't know if they'll show that on the replay, but you just saw Ryan just hold his hands out. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do about that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. 35-14. Not many people can stop that shot if he's making it. On the right wing, it goes to Harding. Handoff to the top. Hedged is Brown. Into the corner, Broughton. And as he catches the ball, he can't hit the floater.
So much more under control, isn't he? Juice Hill just letting the game come to him. When he scores, but he's running the team for the Racers right now.
17-0 run for the Racers over the last 3:25, but they get a foul in backcourt, and that is DJ Burns' second foul. And the rule is you get a foul number 2 in the first half, go to the bench. I've seen Matt break that once, and the guy's jersey's hanging up there.
Number 12, I believe. Yeah.
So when you're that good, he might make an exception, but he even took him out most of the time. Inbounds pass. It comes to D'Souza. He's able to get it to Ryan. Back to D'Souza. He'll get it across against Hannibal. And we'll find Brown. Will run the show. Dribbles on the right side. Throws to D'Souza at the top. Inside hits Ryan at the left elbow. Faces his defender. Now looks out front. He curls, takes it inside the free throw line for the fadeaway. No good. McMullen the rebound for the Racers. And the 17-0 run continues for the Racers. He'll try to push it to a little more on this trip. McMullen to the left side finds Brown. Looks for Williams at the mid-block. Fakes the pass. Spins inside. Reverse. Missed everything but the other side of the backboard. And the rebound pulled out by Harding. Pass to the baseline. D'Souza goes up off the glass. That'll be a goaltend. McMullen crashes to the floor but hops right up. He's okay.
Nick McMullen coming over from the weak side. As you see, he comes over, tries to help here, and he's just late getting there as the ball had already kissed off the backboard. Good effort, though. Nick McMullen has shown that he has blocked some big shots already this season because of his hustle.
Even though he has a lack of minutes, he's 14th in the league in block shots. Pass to the top, McMullen to the right side, Collins. Let's see if he can get going. Collins hits Brown at the top of the key. Whips it inside to McMullen. Power dribble, goes up with the left hand, rattles off. Fight for the rebound, pulled out of there by Williams. He goes up for the hook. He missed everything. And rebound by Campbellsville. Broughton brings it into front court. Long pass underneath, finds Key. Into the corner, the wide open 3 is good from percent, but the Racers have yet to make a 3, misfiring on all 6. McMullen looks for Hill. Deflected into the backcourt by Brown of Campbellsville. 14 on the shot clock. Juice Hill has it. Gets a screen from Williams. Drives right side. Keeps driving down right of the lane. Takes some contact. He put it up. Are they going to give that one to him, you think?
I don't think so. I
don't think so either.
No.
No, I didn't think they would.
Yeah.
It'll go against Key. He is the fouler. That is his first. It gets Juice Hill to the line. 2 of 2 on the night, 86% on the season. But the Racers much better so far at 88% this evening. KJ Williams comes out.
Skipper Brown into the game, and Skipper played some very important minutes in Florida.
First free throw good by Hill. Has another one coming. It's in the air. Got them both. Juice Hill's hit 4 of 4, has 6 points, and the lead is 20. 39-19, 5:32 remaining in the first half as Brown brings it up against Hill. He's across the big M in center court. Dribbles at the top. Pass goes to the left side. Euro step, thrown up and rattles in. How about D'Souza? He kind of held his hands out. How about that? I think he's thinking, I'm not sure how that went in, but, but he got it to go.
Looked like a good horse shot, but it fell for him.
It was pretty. Out top, McMullen. Right side, deep three by Brown. Can't get it to go. Racers cannot buy one. And on the rebound, it is out of bounds off of Campbellsville. It'll go to the Racers with 5:03 to go.
See D'Souza come to the basket there, moved it over to his right hand and got the roll.
Brown is out for Campbellsville. Jace Wallace checks in underneath out of bounds for Tevin Brown. Lobs it out high for Juice Hill. Fakes it left. He's going to take it inside and bank it in.
Matt McMahon so good on the baseline out of bounds plays, and that's an area that he's improved of as a head coach the last 3 or 4 years.
41-21, the biggest lead, 23 so far tonight. Under 5 minutes to go in the opening half. As Wallace has it out high, gives it up right side to Harding. In between 2 defenders, D'Souza. Bounce to the baseline, finds Wallace. He tries to spin his way in against Hill, puts it up over him, left it soft. Rebound out of bounds, saved by Hill, but Broughton gets it. But then Broughton, as he tried to dribble it, lost it out of bounds. It'll be the Racers' ball.
Racers competing on the defensive glass there. Juice Hill with a hustle play to keep that ball alive.
Hill brings it up. Hill with 8 points. He leads all Racers on the floor at the moment. Collins fakes out front, goes in with the left-hand layup. Maybe that'll get him going. It's up and in.
Yeah, good hard drive with that left hand by Carter Collins.
First points of the night for Collins, 43-21. 4:07 to go. Racers doing everything well tonight except making the three. They've yet to make one, 0 for 7. Pass to the top to Sousa. Lob pass goes to the free throw line. Now to the wing, it's Harding inside through 2 defenders. To Skipper Brown. Right side, Tevin Brown into the far corner. Collins. Couple of dribbles, finds Brown at the top. To the left wing it goes to Hannibal. Down to the mid-block extended. Jordan Skipper Brown lowers his shoulder and picks up the charge.
Sure did. Skipper Brown knew it when he did it and just aggressively drive on the baseline there. And that right shoulder plowed right into the chest of D'Souza.
5th foul against the Racers. So it'll be Campbellsville's ball as we hit the 3:30 mark. Tigers are down 20 as Harding brings it up with a right-hand dribble. Lifts that, throws top of the key now to Key. He'll work the left side to Wallace. He's going to drive through 2 defenders. Throws right side for Harding. His 3 is an air ball, and Skip with the rebound. Comes out to Hannibal. No look. Bounce pass to Brown for a stuff.
Racers running the floor so well tonight.
Devin Brown has 4, 45-23 drive into Sousa. Side of the rim won't go. Tip no good. And rebound Hannibal gets the inside track. Long pass goes to Skipper Brown. He should have taken it in and stuffed it. Instead, he tried to hit Tevin Brown. And Tevin, I don't believe, was expecting it. It's out of bounds.
No, it's a great outlet pass. And you see Trey Hannibal coming here. Gives a good bounce pass to Tevin Brown in transition. And that's such a lost art of being able to give the ball at the exact rate, correct time. The Racers have 19 fast break points now in the game.
It's a little too unselfish for Skipper Brown that time. Cost the Racers a couple of points. Good to see the unselfishness, but should have taken that one to the hole. Looking out top, Key doesn't shoot, has KJ Williams in his face, so he'll get up to Harding as we go to 8 on the shot clock. Key sets a screen. Harding drives the lane, and a pass deflected out of bounds by the Racers' Tevin Brown. 5 on the shot clock. The Tigers have the ball. Back in for them, Cameron Carmichael, the starting guard. He'll check out as D'Souza. or check in. D'Souza checks out. Underneath out of bounds, Carmichael will be the trigger. He has 5 points. Lobs it into the corner to Key. He'll get it to Wallace. Elbow jumper is perfect. First points for Jace Wallace. 45-25. Right side wing pass goes to Collins. To Brown at the top. To the left side, Hannibal. It's a screen from Williams. Drives right elbow extended. Williams at the top. Doesn't want the three. Drives in. Shuffled his feet when he did. And the Racers have committed their 6th turnover.
KJ Williams works on that every day in the breakdown drills of being able to catch that reversal pass, give a ball fake, and put it on the floor. He just got in a little hurry before he got his dribble down that time.
Carmichael has it out high, throws in the near corner to Harding. One hands the pass to the top to Wallace. He'll drive at the elbow, has it deflected by Hannibal, but picked up by Key. Gets it back to Wallace at the elbow extended. Looks to back it out for a three. Instead takes the elbow jumper as an air ball. Hannibal has the rebound. Racers look for transition. Hannibal inside. Puts the layup up as he goes coast to coast.
It's a one-man fast break, isn't he? He got the rebound on the defensive end and just went end to end. He's so strong with the ball in his hands.
Hannibal has 8. Coming off a season-high 15 points. Career high for him. Pass inside, offhand layup is good by Jace Wallace. The reverse. Had to go the other way with that one. 1:10 remaining. Juice Hill has it. Gets a screen from Williams inside the free throw line. Finds Hannibal, missed the shot, and then couldn't get the rebound. Pulled out by Carmichael. Pass to Wallace. He'll drive in, put it off the glass, and hit another one.
Juice Hill made a beautiful pass to Hannibal, and Hannibal just couldn't catch it in midair and get it off the glass.
Wallace has 6. The Tigers have cut it from 23 down to 18. Hill at the elbow. He'll pull up from 17, left it short. Williams rebounds, power dribble, hook shot, left it short. Tipped up and in by Collins.
Carter Collins going to the offensive glass.
Collins has 4, the lead back to 20. About a 4-second differential in the clocks. As Carmichael has it just inside the mid-stripe, guarded by Juice Hill. Looks like they're going to try to hold it for one good shot, and the Racers will still have a little bit of time perhaps to get a shot of their own. Here on the near sideline, Carmichael trying to direct traffic. He wants Key to set a screen. No look pass into the corner for 3. It's no good, but rebound Campbellsville. Out top Wallace, 17-footer. It won't go.
On the glass, whatever it might be, he's ready to go.
And that's why he is in the starting lineup. Campbellsville will get the ball to begin second half action as we are underway. Lob pass comes to the top of the key to Key. Works the left now to Harding. He'll drive right side of the lane. Gave an elbow into the chest of Collins, and that is a charge.
Yeah, Carter Collins moved over, Neil, took that charge. Great man-to-man defense by Collins.
And for Harding, that will be his first personal as Hill brings it across the center stripe. Elbow extended, bounce inside to KJ Williams. Hook shot is up and in.
Another good bounce pass by Juice Hill, finding Williams camped out in the lane.
5 assists, no turnovers for Hill. That's 8 points for Williams. 51-29. Broughton has been held in check. We talk about Tevin Brown. Broughton has no points. Leading scorer, just under 17 a game. 0 so far. They'll try to get him on track, I'm sure. No look pass goes inside. That's a travel. As soon as Key caught it, he shuffled his feet before he dribbled.
And that's what Tevin Brown will do to offensive players, is he can just shut them down, as he has primarily gotten the defensive job of covering Broughton.
Hill hits Burns out high. Now to Tevin Brown, top of the key. Dribbles in front of his defender. Gives it up to Hill deep in the corner. He fires a 3 and drained it.
Matt McMahon encouraged Juice Hill to take those open three-pointers, that he can make them. And Juice Hill has shown him to be a prophet the last 2 games.
Biggest lead of the game, 54-29. Drive in. Harding puts the floater up, and it is a beauty. Darius Harding has 9. That stops the Racer run out of the gate. Into the near corner it comes to Collins. Now to Hill, top of the key to KJ Williams. Sets a screen for Brown for 3. And the Racers couldn't buy one in the first half. Haven't missed in the second half.
2 for 2 behind the line to start the second half for the Racers.
Tevin Brown has 7, 57-31. Right side, Carmichael gets it to Broughton. He'll find Harding. He begins to dribble, looks for a screen from Key, hedged by Williams. He'll drive through two defenders, lobs it inside for Key, blocked by Burns, and then he pulls away the rebound. He even leads the fast break, leaves it for Hill, and it breaks down, so they'll set the offense. I thought he was going to go in, and
good decision by DJ Burns to give that ball up.
it was. Right side, Brown. He's on the wing near side, crossover dribble, tries to get past Broughton and does. Put it up with a lot of contact and banked it in.
Goodness gracious, lots of hoochie coo right there as Tevin Brown gets in the paint.
59-31. Brown with 5. Ooh, that was a bump hedge. They probably could have called a foul on and didn't on Williams. Harding into the corner hits Key. And we get a reaching foul called against the Racers as Wallace tries to drive. And I believe it'll go against Burns, and that's going to be his 3rd foul.
You see Tevin Brown here as he goes behind the back between the legs and then a double pump at the rim. Takes some contact to get that to fall.
17-20. Lob pass comes out high. Catch and shoot 3 at the top. No good by Harding. The Racers have the rebound as Tevin Brown brings it up. He's at the top. Goes right side down the lane. Off the glass and in.
Tevin Brown has always been a great three-point shooter, Neil, but the last 2.5 years he's gotten so good at putting the ball on the floor and driving that paint.
4 at the half, 7 in the first 3 minutes of the second half for Brown. Inside, Broughton puts it up, no good. Rebound inside, shot up no good by Wallace, put back up and in by Harding. Too many attempts that time for Campbellsville. Drive inside, left hand.
I love how the Racers are sharing the basketball, Neil, and being able to move the ball around and get open shots.
Wallace brings it up against full court pressure, chased by Burns. Bounce across the lane, knocked away by Williams, loose on the floor. Key's able to dig it out, finds Broughton inside the free throw line. Doesn't want the shot in the corner. Carmichael drives. Broughton gets free for the 3 at the top, can't get it to go. And rebound Williams. Tough night continues for Broughton. Collins had it, gets it into front court. Gets it to Hill. To the top, it's Williams. A handoff to Brown. Doesn't want the 3 there. Looks left side for Collins. Down to the mid-block. It comes to Williams. Spins by his man. Reverse. Missed the shot. He'll get to the line for a pair of free throws as Key pick up the personal. It's his 3rd.
KJ Williams with a good hard low post move. Went in and under there and drew the foul. You see him here, and he spins baseline to that right shoulder. And goes in and under. Good hard take to the basket. KJ's got to continue to work on his free throws as he's getting fouled a lot, only shooting 50% from the line.
I think the official was on him. He gave a little bit of a stare down after the foul, and I think the official's saying that we need to really not do that.
Yeah, I saw he was a little upset there. And
that's something you need to control in these games so that when you get in a conference game, it's already taken
exactly
care
right.
of. Free throw is up and good. Swift and Staley partnering with the Racers this season will donate $3 to the Merriman House in Paducah for every free throw made. Visit GoRacers.com for an up-to-date tracker and more information on the Merriman House.
KJ Williams could be a very good free throw shooter, Neil, as we've seen him shoot the ball at the three-point line, shooting 46% behind the line. And he's got a great rotation, gets his knees bent, high arch. He should be a good free throw shooter.
Second one rattles off the front of the rim, gets 1 of 2. 64-33 as we go into the 16-minute mark. On the right sideline, bounce out high. Williams nearly had a steal, but Broughton able to get it out into the corner to Sousa down long distance, missed the 3, and Williams snags the rebound. Outlet comes to Hill on the near sideline at the elbow, leaves it for Hannibal. He'll drive baseline, tight ropes, and banks it in.
Trey Hannibal is so good. Just being able to attack that basket. That time he kind of hesitated down the baseline and went in and under.
10 points for Hannibal, 66-33. Out high, Wallace goes right side to D'Souza, looks for the lob to Ryan. Can't get it to him, throws across the lane to Wallace. He'll take it to the elbow. Now mid-block, looks for the up and under move. It's not there. Finds D'Souza. He goes inside the right elbow. Banks, missed, hit the backboard, nothing else. And we have a technical foul called against D'Souza. Hill brings it up. The Racers a 67-33 lead, 15:08 and ticking. Far sideline, Brown dumps it down in the mid-block. McMullen speeds by his man, puts it up underneath, then falls down. He was fouled. It'll get McMullen to the line, a 46% free throw shooter.
Boy, exploded past Ross Ryan. Nick McMullen in the low block there, and you see him getting fouled on ESPN Plus there. And guys doing a great job on replays. If you haven't tuned in to ESPN Plus and watched the Racers, I encourage you to do so.
First free throw, no good. Well, the Racers were sizzling in the first half, 9-10. They've already missed 3 in the first 5 minutes of the second half. Into the game, Sam Whining played briefly in the first half. Broughton checks out. Brown comes out. Second free throw. That one is good. So McMullen gets 1 of 2. He has 3 points. Some more full court pressure employed by the Racers just briefly, although Hill will pick up the ball handler, Keaston Brown, across the midcourt stripe. Brown on the right side. Throws it on the wing to Javon Smith. Coming off a 4-made 3 night. Hasn't been able to hit one so far this evening. Brown to the right side. Hedged by McMullen. Gives it up out top. That's going to leave Ryan open for the 3, and he banked it in. Ross Ryan, 0 of 1 from 3 range until he hit that one.
And he looked at his coach after banking that and put his hands up in there, and he said, I don't know.
3 in the quarter, the answer from Tevin Brown.
Tevin Brown knows, though, as he can certainly shoot the basketballs. He's leading the league in 3-pointers made per game.
Entered the night 36 threes away from the Isaiah Cannon Murray State record. Ryan has it out top. He's thinking, hey, maybe I'll shoot another 3, but decides no. Wanted to stay in the game. To the left side, Ryan gets it down in the mid-block, draws a double team, and had it stolen by Hannibal. Put his hand in front of it. He bounces it inside to Burns for the 2-hand stuff.
Trey Hannibal with a great steal, then goes end to end, gives a beautiful bounce pass to Burns in transition.
Burns leads all scorers with 19 points at 73-36. Brown at the top of the key for Campbellsville, drives through a double team, kicks it into the corner to Whining. Out top to Ryan. Gets to D'Souza at the free throw line. He's cut off. Looks for the up and under shot. Doesn't get it. 3 on the wing is up and good by Keaston Brown.
Keaston Brown can shoot that basketball. He transferred from Tusculum.
73-39. Hit a couple of threes. Hannibal drives inside. Shovels it into Burns. Had it blocked from behind, though. Nice play by Ryan. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Brown into the corner. D'Souza doesn't want the 3. He'll begin to dribble into a double team. Bad move. Stolen by Burns. And as he tried to pass it to Hill, he was fouled. That's the 5th for Campbellsville.
Once again, DJ Burns just being active hands. The ball went to the floor, and he was the first one to the floor to get it, then drew the foul.
Jordan Skipper Brown comes in for Burns. Coming out will be D'Souza. Skip will inbound it to Hannibal. 13:04 left in the contest, 73-39. Back at you Saturday night against Middle Tennessee, and they're good, having a big season at 6-1. They play Martin later in the week. McMullen out high, looks right. It's the handoff to Hannibal. At 3 range, doesn't want it. The elbow, lifts the dribble, finds McMullen, spins his way inside for the layup with the left hand.
Beautiful move by McMullen as he went with his right hand, spun back to his left hand, and went on the left side of the glass.
McMullen with 5, 75-39. Far corner goes to Whining. Out to Brown, squares up for 3. That one's off, no good. Skip with the rebound, off to Hannibal. Comes up the near sideline, no look pass to Brown. Near corner 3, buried that one too.
Trey Hannibal made that happen as he recognized Tevin Brown in the corner. He drove the basketball up to the defender and found Brown with an open shot.
14 points in 8 minutes for Brown. He has 18 in the game. Bad pass, but Ryan's able to chase it down and get it to his guard. Keaston Brown at the top. He's between the circles. Pass to the right side. It's Smith to Ryan. Elbow fade is no good. Hannibal has the rebound for the Racers. He speeds across the midcourt stripe, crosses over, spins, tried to dump it inside McMullen, got it to him somehow, and he put it off the glass and in.
Yeah, it looked like he was in trouble there, and the pass got through.
7 points for McMullen, 5.5. It's 80-39 Racers. As Jackson Sibbles gets set to see some playing time. Inside, left-hand layup is rattled up and in by Keaston Brown, who has 8. Game in averaging 6.2. He's having a good night. Hannibal at the elbow, lobs it in for Skipper Brown, and why did he give it up to Smith for three? That's twice he's passed up layups, Skinny.
I mean, he just jumps up, and that's a freebie right there.
Come on, Skip. Put it in there, bud. Inside. At the left elbow, Ryan. Comes out high to Wallace. Covered up by Hannibal. Mid-block extended. Ryan begins to dribble. Can't take his man. Lobs it out. Three on the way by Wallace is good. Jace Wallace with the three. 21% three-point shooter. Hits his first of the night. 80-44 as Collins and Sibbles get set to check in along with Key for Campbellsville. Pass to the left side. Brown inside the elbow. Drives past his defender and lays it in.
So good. Can he score in spurts, Neil? Just exploding out of the locker room.
82-44. Racers. 10:25 left. Right side, three on the wing. It's up and in, and Campbellsville suddenly the hot hand as Whining. And you know he's going to get a three, 19% shooter. Then the two-hand stuff at the other end. Little back scratcher action for Skip. Guess he's listening to us.
He waited on that one, passed up a wide open one for a competition dunk instead.
Guess he wants to make it fair. The has the ball, trailing 84-57. Under 10 minutes left in this one. Carmichael goes left side to Wallace. Hedged by McMullen. Passed off to the right side by Whining. Into the corner, Smith. Scouts for a shot, can't get it. Wallace dribbled it off the back of his foot. His foot stolen by Sibbles, but re-stolen by Wallace. Goes inside and hits the layup. Jace Wallace with 11 points. It's 84-49. Hill inside the elbow. Into the corner, hits Collins. Skipper Brown at the top. Sibbles has it on the wing. Gets a screen. Bounce it high. Goes to McMullen. Pass to Hill on the wing left side. Sets a screen. Hill can't get past his man. Drives inside. Shovels to Collins. Back to Hill. Now to Sibbles. He'll drive inside. Cradles the ball. Missed the shot. And the rebound pulled out by Carmichael of Campbellsville. Pass to the left. Wallace will gun a three early in the shot clock. Why not? He buried it.
In transition, Wallace pulls the three for Campbellsville.
Wallace has hit 2 threes, both in this half. It's 84-52. Collins for three. Still can't buy one. Tipped out of bounds. It'll go to Campbellsville. He just cannot get a consistent make of the three-point shot.
Yeah, good rotation. Shot looks good. It's just been short or long, but not off right or left a lot. I really think it'll start falling for him at some point.
Campbellsville hitting 5 of 9 from three range here in the second half. Definitely not going away. They're trying to get ready for a couple of conference games coming up, so this is just kind of a warm-up for them, get things going. Shot up, no good. Not to say they didn't come with the attitude of we're going to try to win, but the important games for them is coming on later in the week, and we get a foul called against the Racers.
And this team from Campbellsville will compete well in their league, Neil. They've got good balance. They got, 2 or 3 guys that can get in double figures every night, and so we'll keep an eye on them throughout the year.
Collins with the foul, that's his second, and at the charity stripe, Wallace, a very good free throw shooter at 77% with his first attempt of the night, and it's up and in. His second one rattles no good, and McMullen has the rebound for the Racers, who lead 84-53. 8:26 remaining in the contest. Hill has it out high, dribbles to the left elbow, throws out top to Brown. To the right, it comes to Sibbles at the elbow, lobs it down low to Skipper Brown. Muscles his way up, fires it on the wing to Hill. He'll gun an open three. Side of the rim won't go. And it's Carmichael with the rebound for the Tigers. Campbellsville on the attack. Carmichael skip past left side for the corner three. That's an air ball from Weiner. And it's he dribbles at the top. To the right, it's Hill. Gets inside the elbow for the floater. Rattles in and stays down.
Good hard drive by Juice Hill there. He's able to gather himself. So many times players jump off one foot, Neil, and when that happens, they're open to get a charge called. Juice Hill jumped off 2 feet, went straight up for the little floater.
86-53. Keyston Brown back in the game. Comes out high to Key. To the left, Wallace. Cut off the left elbow, and it's knocked away by Sibbles. He gets the steal, gets it to Daquan Smith, drives in, missed the shot, drew the contact. Smith will head to the line for a pair of free throws.
Matt McMahon applauding the effort of Jackson Civils on the defensive end. You see good hands there on the ESPN Plus replay as he forces the steal, and Daquan Smith goes end to end, and he'll have two free throws.
Smith has yet to try a free throw this season, the only player who hasn't until then, and now that's good. Matt Smith, of course, has not. He's yet to play, recovering from a knee injury. And still, we'll try to get an update on Elijah Farr, who's had some issues coming back, trying to get out of concussion protocol. Another one to come for Daquan Smith. Got them both. 2 points for Smith.
Deontay Bostic still down with that ankle turn.
Yeah, he will not play tonight, out for at least a short period of time. Thankfully, just the sprained ankle. Handoff goes to Key, bounce out high to Brown. Now to the left side to Sousa, to Brown. He'll drive to the mid-block, throws to Key, who was already approaching the basket, but he's able to recover and catch it. Out to Brown on the baseline, fade away from 18, no good. And we'll get a foul called against the Racers, McMullen.
Matt McMahon puts his hands up in the air and says, "We don't foul jump shooters, right?" It's such a difficult defensive play to close out with a hand up, but to be under control so you're not fouling.
Campbellsville's made 5 of 6 as Brown steps to the line and hits one. On the season, a 60% free throw shooter.
And how many times, Neil, do you really see a shot get blocked from the perimeter anyway? Doesn't happen very often.
No. Second one up and in, 88-55. Brown now with 10 points for the Tigers. Burns to the left side. He sends a screen for Smith to McMullen out high. He'll drive it on into the baseline to Hill. He backs it out near the big M at center court. So Racers run the offense a little more. Hill at the right elbow, inside, hooks it into McMullen, spins away, put it up, got it to go, and drew the contact.
Nick McMullen didn't give up on the play as he went up for the shot, got knocked out of his hand. He grabbed it in midair and laid it up. You see Juice Hill with a good pass here. McMullen spins, loses the ball, grabs it, gets fouled. Now he's going to have an extra one.
Good job fighting through that contact. Gives a chance at a three-point play. No good. Key has the rebound. The Racers' good free throw shooting in the first half has deteriorated. 90-55, Murray State, 6:21 remaining. DeSouza in the corner, spins by Civils. Civils able to get a fingertip on the shot. It's off the backboard, no good. Gets the rebound, drives coast to coast, put it up, he missed it. He drew the contact, and Civils to the line for a pair.
I watched Jackson Civils 2 hours before the game tonight, Neil, working really hard with one of the assistant coaches. He worked up a big sweat in pregame, working on his shooting, working on ball faking, all of the offensive skills. As he's working to try to get better, trying to carve out some minutes where he can on this team.
Free throw no good. Jackson, a fantastic free throw shooter in high school, but misses that one. Rod Thomas will check in. He'll get some minutes. And DJ Burns out. We may not see DJ the rest of the night. 19 points. That is his new high as a Racer. Not as a collegiate, as he had a high of 33 points at his previous school. 91-55. Into front court, Carmichael flips it to Brown, who's enjoying a pretty big night here. Get the elbow extended, trying to cross over dribble on Hill. Jumps the pass out to Ryan. He'll hand it to D'Souza. Bounces right side to Carmichael, under 10 on the shot clock. He wants Ryan to come out and set a screen. Thomas guarding across the lane. Left side, D'Souza took a big step and shoots an air ball. The Racers will have it with 5:40 to go.
Should have taken that step closer towards the basket as he was a little short on that shot, but good defense by the Racers.
Hill gets a screen from McMullen. Comes to the top of the key, drives down the lane, fires it into the corner, deflected out of bounds by Campbellsville. 5:28 to go. We'll see Javon Smith re-enter the game, and Cameron Carmichael will get a breather. Juice Hill, the trigger. Looks out on the near sideline for Civils. One bounce and hands it right back to Hill. 13 on the shot clock. McMullen sets a screen. Hill, right side, finds Sybils. He'll gun for three, and it's good.
Jackson Sybils playing the 4 now, Neil, and that's something they've worked on in practice some, is he can stretch that defense at the 4-man.
First 3 of the season for Sybils. 94-55 to Sousa through 2 defenders, absorbs a bump, no whistle, knocked out of bounds by the Racers. It'll go to Campbellsville as Collins comes in and Hill checks out. And we also see Cameron Willis, 5'10 freshman, seeing his first action as D'Souza checks out. Under 5 minutes remaining. Brown, the trigger. Comes out to Willis. Finds Ryan. Dribbles once. Hands it off to Smith. Looking to go backdoor Whining. Couldn't get it to him. Ryan down low. Finds Whining. Had it blocked from behind by Sybils. And they said he got him with the body. Jackson Sybils with the personal is first.
Fouls on Jackson Sybils. His first, team's 5th.
That is the 5th, but it will be free throws. It was in the act of shooting. Sam Whining to the charity stripe. Whining on the season, 4 of 4 at 100%. That one's good.
Juice Hill out of the game with just a fabulous night. 15 points, 8 assists, no turnovers on the night.
Second one no good. First miss of the season for Whining. 94-56. 4:37 and ticking. On the far sideline, it's DeQuan Smith at the right elbow, and he gave a little bit of a push and picked up the charge.
He did. He certainly did. A good hard drive, but pushed off with that left arm right in front of the official. The officials aren't going to let that one go.
No. And the player, he went ahead and sold it as you're taught to do,
Right.
but it was a foul.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do much selling. 94-56. 4:26 remaining. On the left side, Willis gets it away to Smith to the top. Whining. Gets a screen, spins his way into the lane for the fadeaway jumper at the free throw line, and it doesn't go. And Collins has the rebound. Lincoln Bush, by the way, in the game for Campbellsville. McMullen catches it out high, drives inside. Bush falls down, puts it up, it rattled it off, no good, and Bush has the rebound. With it is Keaston Brown into the near corner, Whining. He dribbles inside the mid-block. 3 in the air by Willis is no good. McMullen, the rebound, and then came down as he was fouling and won. And the rebound is pulled down by Campbellsville. On the near sideline, Keaston Brown drives right side into the corner. The 3 by Whining, side of the rim doesn't go. Sybils the rebound, runs a 4-on-2 fast break. Inside, drives by his man and lays it up and in.
A Euro step there by Jackson Sybils.
Sybils with 6. A lot of these guys, you think that might be a career high. No, that Greenville game last year kind of blew all that out of the water when Sybils had 15 in that one. Out high it goes with a left-hand dribble, looking backdoor, nothing happening there. So Javon Smith trying to hunt for a three-point shot, can't do it. Trying to go backdoor, and it is stolen by Smith. DeQuan Smith, nothing happening on a fast break, so he'll bring it back out and set the offense as we hit the 3-minute mark. That's Thomas on the wing to McMullen at the top. Hand off to Smith at the left elbow, looking for Collins. He'll go inside for the little fade from 10 and can't get it to go, and McMullen was on the back. 3rd foul for him.
Matt McMahon's got to be pleased with the ball handling tonight of the team, Neil. Only 2 second-half turnovers, making that 8 for the game, but to go with 16 assists, the Racers 16 assists and 8 turnovers on the game, 2-to-1 ratio is something that every coach would like to have every night out.
Free throw is up and good for Lincoln Bush. His first free throw made is a Campbellsville Tiger. He's 0 for 1 previously. The 6'7 freshman misses the second, and McMullen has the rebound. Racers a 96-57 lead. The only question is, can they eclipse the 100-point mark? 3 at the top of the key. DeQuan Smith missed it. Lincoln Bush gets the rebound. Racers did hit the 100 mark against Cumberland. in the opener. Pass to the left side. It's Carmichael. Works the right to Whining. Looks into the right corner. Instead dribbles to his left side. It's a handoff to Carmichael. Guarded by Thomas. Gets past him in the lane. Shot up at the finger roll. No good by Bush. McMullen the rebound. Carter Collins runs a 3-on-3 fast break. Stops, goes in, and banks it in high off the glass.
What a nice play there by Carter Collins as he used that strong hand, which is his left, to throw it up off the glass. Just kissed it real soft up there.
98-57. Right side, driving inside, fadeaway baseline, barely touched the rim, but Bush the rebound, puts it back up and in. Lincoln Bush has 3. 98-59. Daquan Smith into front court. Gets a screen from McMullen. Now to Sibbles. A 3 for the century mark, halfway down and out. And Willis gets the rebound. You hear the groans from the fans. Drive inside, into the corner. 3 is in the air in the wing, no good. Daquan Smith, the rebound, goes behind the back off the miss from Whining. Sibbles was inside asking for it, but Smith couldn't see him. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound, Sibbles in the lane. Shovels it to Collins out high now through McMullen. Thomas, they want him to take a 3 to try to get it. Sibbles, right side to Collins. Now to Sibbles at the point. Back to Thomas, trying to square up. 6 on the shot clock. Puts up the finger roll, missed, and a rebound out of bounds to Campbellsville with 53 seconds to go.
A lot of pressure on Rod Thomas when he comes in the game as the fans want him to score so bad.
And so does the bench.
Yeah.
I mean, they're over there. Come on.
So it's difficult, you know. It's like, hey, you can't just, hope a bucket happens.
McMillan tried to poke it away and got plenty of body to pick up his 4th personal. So far, the Racers have been good about defending without fouling for the most part. McMullen, though, having a big night. 9 points and 8 rebounds tonight for Nick. So he's doing really well there. And as Matt always points out, he's good at fouling too.
And he's steadily improving.
He
has continued to make strides. And remember, because of COVID, he's just a freshman.
He is, yeah.
I mean, if he was out playing in a junior college deal, he'd be so highly recruited to be able to get a post player with his skills.
Oh, in the strides he's made in a year is unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, incredible. All right, Thomas, they're kind of clearing it out for it. And the fans going crazy. They want Rod. Get us to 100, Rod. Come on. Out top. 3 for 100. No! McMullen can't get the rebound. It's out of bounds to Campbellsville with 23 seconds to go, and that might have been the last shot, as I think I saw Matt give the – that's it.
He gave the no more shots.
You had your chance.
Even if you get a defensive stop.
So their only chance would be at the free throw line. And he's not going to make him miss the free throws. That's the only chance.
Yeah, I don't think he'd – as poor as we've been shooting free throws.
No. He's never going to ask
him to do that.
The Racers 9 of 10 in the first half at the charity stripe, but not quite as good in the second half as they have struggled a bit, making just 6 out of 12. Right sideline, Carmichael, hedged by McMullen. Right side, Lincoln Bush for 3. It won't go, and Daquan Smith the rebound. But orders have been given from the general, and when the general gives orders, you dribble it in the front court and run the clock out. A few fans will be left disappointed